like to say two things about the Rosemont Mine. One, you and where I live, we get all of our water from groundwater. We don't get our water from CAP. We don't get CAP water.
Right.
Over in Green Valley and Sahuarita,
It's CAP water.
no, we don't get CAP water. It stops just north of
Not yet.
north of us.
That was the plan.
The existing mines have a sulfate plume, and if you can imagine a bathtub, so here we have on one side of I-19 all of the existing mines that have been there long before Green Valley was built, and then we have our aquifer, our pristine aquifer, and then over to the east we have the proposed Rosemont Mine site, and they are pumping groundwater already. And what will happen, there's a sulfate plume from the existing mine, and that's going to suck it across and contaminate the whole.
How is it they're pumping water already?
Well, we need to change the state laws. Herb Gunther didn't have a choice but to give them a permit. Someone sold them land, unknowing the current laws, there's nothing to prohibit. The mine have a right to the water. They bought land and they started pumping. There are some residential landowners in Sahuarita Heights who started having trouble immediately with their wells, and they have negotiated an agreement with Rosemont. Just this week, I heard, last week, I heard an economist talk about Rosemont Mine. Well, it turns out that mining is not the answer. It's not going to be a big job boost. Because of technology, mines use fewer and fewer employees.
Right, exactly.
And it isn't going to be a significant job growth. The Rosemont Mine, if it were going through, and I'm sincerely hoping it won't, will be like the 121st largest employer in the state. Where I get my x-rays done is the 119th. My concern for where I live, they're saying, oh, they're going to make all this money at Rosemont Mine. I am personally affected, as well as every citizen in Green Valley and Sahuarita, because if they overpump the groundwater, we will have more subsidence where the ground falls. And it's happening already in small amounts. But when I'm very, very, very mature, I don't want the ground opening up with fissures. And if they overpump the groundwater, not in a year or 2 years, but in 30 years, my grandmother almost made it to 97. When I'm her age, I don't want I don't want my foundation cracking. And
you don't want the backyard to be 30 feet down.
or falling into holes in the ground. And I know that sounds alarmist, but over the long term, in areas where they have overpumped groundwater, that's what happens.